We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trades by Brent. Hope you're doing well. I'm Brent. Let's get this party started, baby. How can you trade without your beats? That's how I see it. All right, now we're talking. I hope you're doing well wherever you're streaming in from. Make sure you introduce yourself and your city when you join the chat. We're day trading the S&P 500 futures. We're going to click some buttons. We're going to try and make some money. But really, we're just going to execute our process consistently according to our rules and procedures. Know that. So here we are. It's another beautiful day. I'm grateful to be alive. I really am grateful to be alive. Not everybody woke up this morning. So I'm grateful. Giving thanks. We start with gratitude always. Now, shout out to my man, Way Cricket Entertainment. We're going to get this party started. We got people joining the live stream. Good morning to you, sir. We're starting a little late, but it's all good, man. The market's always moving, especially futures. Very interesting day yesterday. If you were on the stream, you know we pulled 20 points out. We pulled 20 points in 35 minutes. It was insane. Moves like that are not very common. And right after that, the market retraced almost the entire move. Actually, the market did retrace the entire move that we took up. And then it ripped another 30 points. So yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, we made a new all-time high. And that's beautiful. That's beautiful in anything, man. It's so nice to see the stock market thriving and healthy. And they're talking about the stock market really sort of being in a good place for once after all the mess from the post-pandemic. So that's a beautiful thing. All right, I don't think our music's coming in. So let's reset. Let's reset our music. And there we go. Music fixed. How good is that? So I'm learning how to get this streaming thing going. And we got the new microphone, so let me know how the levels are sounding. The audio, I've spent a real good amount of time yesterday just getting those levels sounding crispy. So the microphone should be sounding real good for you guys. So grateful to be alive. So grateful to be here with you guys. So happy to have people streaming in. Make sure you let us know what city you're streaming in from and your name in the chat. Okay, so I want to show you guys my process. I've showed this process before, and I want to stress and emphasize that if you want consistent results, you need a consistent process. Shout out to Kansas City. Shout out to Arkle. Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to finally get like a really proper mic here. So, okay, if you want to see consistent results, you got to have a consistent process. There's really no way around it. So this is my checklist. Okay, I've got my warm up. I do my AM rituals. I do a long list of things, including meditation, cold plunge, sauna, red light therapy, a lot of stuff. Green smoothie. Okay, coffee, a lot of things. And whatever you do to wake your ass up and get yourself going in the morning, you got to do at least a couple things. I do a lot of things, but at least something, right? Instead of just rolling out of bed and grabbing your cup of coffee and starting to look at the charts, that's a disaster. You don't want to do that. You want to do some things for your well-being, for your energy, because this is a intense game and it's very demanding. So you got to get ready to show up powerfully. So that's thing one, AM rituals. Next, I like to start my record every session so I can go back and review. Mental game warm-up, get myself in state. That's what I'm doing with you guys right now. FOMC, no. Yesterday was CPI, so I don't think we have to worry. That's what we did yesterday. Shout out to my man Bruno. Welcome back, my man. I remember you. Okay, so next thing, I'll just check if there's an FOMC announcement. I don't believe there is, but let's check financial juice. You guys know about financial juice? So this tells you economic news. So it looks like today, the 13th, crude oil inventories is the only thing that is noteworthy. So nothing as far as reports go. Shout out to No Boundaries from Florida. Okay, so no FOMC. All right, and then we've got our technical warm up. Okay, so that's this. Okay, this is the before, during, and after journaling. So we're doing this as we start the session. That'd be before, and then during and after. And I usually like to have a watch timer, but we'll skip that today because I got the timer going on the computer. That should be enough. And next thing, we're gonna draw our high and low. This is actually high and low of yesterday. Okay, so let's do that. We're looking at the ETH, but let's switch to the regular trading hours. Okay, so this is what I was talking about yesterday. So if you were on the stream yesterday, then you know we caught this move here, and boy, was that a beautiful move up. We pulled 20 points. We pulled 20 points out of the market in 35 minutes. It was absolutely extraordinary. But notice what happened after. Okay, and we got out here, which is pretty close to the top, which is awesome. But notice what happened after. Here is where the breakout point was, okay? Why? Because trading range, if you go down and up, okay? So that's a range. When you see a V like that, that's a range. So what we can do to get some context here is draw a line here. And notice what happened. Very interesting, right? We had a little bit of a pause here. That's why there's tails on tops of the bars, because this is a resistance zone. And I pointed this out to you guys as this was happening yesterday, okay? And then we got this beautiful move up, which we profited from beautifully, okay? And in case you weren't on the stream, you can go back and check yesterday's session. It was textbook breakout trade. So you got to know how to trade breakouts if you want to trade well. And it's the most important thing to understand in all of trading. And even if you don't trade breakouts, say you want to trade trading ranges and fade and just go for reversals, you absolutely have to understand how to identify breakouts still, because that will be an indicator of when to actually exit your reversal trade. Okay. It's all connected in trading. And unfortunately, you can't just learn one piece. You got to learn how all the pieces fit together. Huge tip right there. I wish someone would have told me that when I was starting. Okay, so the thing to note here is we had this beautiful move up, right? But then look what happened over the next few hours. We melted all the way down right here to that same area that I pointed out to you guys. So this is a key area, and it's a support and resistance zone. Okay, so what happens here is that the market usually comes back to test the breakout points. This is a breakout point. Why? Because this is a trading range, okay? And when you break out of a trading range, what's a breakout? A breakout is breaking out of a range, okay? So this was the prior high, and then we went back up to the prior high, and then we broke out of the prior high. So that would make this the breakout point, okay? Now, it's not exactly right here. It's more of an area, which I'm always pointing out to you guys as well. So breakout point, okay? And what happens often is the market tests these breakout points. So it'll go past the breakout point, and then at some point it'll come back to that breakout point, and it'll either crack it, and then we'll get a reversal back down, which would mean this whole thing was a trading range, okay, which can happen, or it'll bounce, and then we'll get trend resumption up, forming what's called a gap. This is a gap. Why is it a gap? Because if you draw a box from the close of that candle, okay, you can see that there's space down here. So notice here, right? The bears could not really get any action down here. That's why there's tails on the bottom of the bars, and we form this like reversal. Okay, so that's a sign of trending. Okay, and basically what happens when you come down to an area like this is it's the bears and the bulls battling it out as usual. It's a tug of war, and every bar battling to the death. Okay, and this is a key decision point. If the bears are successful, then the bears will get a move down, and then the bears will take over, because the bulls then start to have less of a reason to sell because there's so much momentum to the downside. So this was kind of a weak rally. Okay. And I was trading this and I remember. So yes, we moved down, but we moved down pretty slowly. And usually moves down move faster than the moves up. So this was kind of the opposite, which is sort of interesting. But then what happened when we bounced here? We ripped another 30 points or something. I think it might have even been more than that. Let's see. Yeah, about 40 points up. Okay. So very, very bullish. That's what we can say about this. Very bullish. Okay. So the market's bullish, and then it ended with a new all-time high. Okay, so let's actually have a look at the daily chart to give us some context, because we want to kind of see overall how bullish this thing looks. So this is the daily chart, okay? And I've been pointing this out to you guys over the last couple weeks. We're in this zigzag pattern, I call it, which is a channel, okay? So notice this looks pretty much like this, okay? And notice what happens. You can actually draw your lines, right? You can just connect the lows. Not rocket science here, guys. Create a parallel, right? So now you have the top and the bottom of the channel. And notice what's happening. We come down to the bottom of the channel, which is right about where the exponential moving average is. And then we test the top of the channel. And then we'll bounce around inside, back and forth. But we're doing this sort of ping pong. I call it a ping pong pattern because we're just kind of ping ponging around inside these parallel lines. So that's what we're doing. And although yesterday seemed like a really big deal, you know, we're following the same pattern, right? Strong bull trend. And this has been going on for a long time now, since October. Okay. So no signs of slowing down. This is why you don't want to fade a strong trend. Now, this is a daily chart, so you could fade, you could go for, you know, you could sell short in here, okay? But look at this chart and tell me, do you see more bull bars or bear bars? Bull bars are white on my chart. On your chart, they're probably green, but on my chart, they're white. Do you see more white or black? Let's just go to the last, I don't know, 10 days. Obviously, there's more white, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 8 bull bars. And look at the size of the bull bars. They're big, right? And look at the bear bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay, so 6 bear bars, 8 bull bars. And the bull bars are bigger than the bear bars. So that's pretty much a good way to think about a channel, right? You have lots of reversals, but you're gradually moving up. Okay. Now this is a daily chart. It's not going to have too much bearing on what we do, but it does give us an idea of the overall direction of the market. So you want to know that the higher time frame is bullish. That's what we want to know. We're not overthinking it. We're not like, you know, we're not over analyzing this thing, but we are basically saying what is happening on a higher time frame. And we know that what's happening on a higher time frame is that the market is bullish, and that's all we need to know. All right, and I'm literally getting logged out of my broker again. Okay, and we're back. I'm reconsidering TradeStation lately. Is this making sense to you guys? What I'm saying? Is this new information or is this old information? This piece of information is so key, that trends and breakouts come back to test the breakout point. I've made some good money with that knowledge. Now let's have a look at today, okay? All right, no boundary said it's good. Awesome. Let me know something you're getting. Let me know what you're getting from what I'm saying, okay? I want you guys not just sitting there passively, right? Like I'm some monkey in a cage. Right, but I want you guys like using your brain. Okay, we're going to be talking about what's happening, so I want to make sure I know that you guys are here and paying attention. Actively is the key word. Shout out to my man Anthony from Missouri. Good morning, my brother. Thank you for being here. As you guys know, 3 rules of the chat. Number 1, introduce yourself and your city upon entering. Number 2, good vibes only. Number 3, don't just talk to me, talk to each other. We're building a community, baby. Yeah, very good. No boundaries. We should always know the trend for the day. Yeah, I would say that there's not always a trend, right? Sometimes you get range. In fact, most days you get range, not trend. But you should know the overall direction. Okay, let's call it that. The overall direction of the market. What's happening on a higher time frame? That's what we want to know. Claudio, what's up? Welcome back. Guys, I want you to use those emojis in the chat. They bounce around the screen. It's really fun. How dope is this mic sounding, by the way? How dope is this mic sounding? Does my voice sounds crispy or what? Okay, so what I can tell without even... Expectations are everything in trading. Expectations are everything. So... Yes, those emojis are sick, huh? After you get a big move up, big bull trend yesterday, overall from the bottom to the top, 65-point move up. After a lot of buying like that, we're going to expect to go sideways for a little bit. That's just how the markets go. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin. This is my trend line for Bitcoin. I don't know if you're interested in Bitcoin, but if you are, I just connected the lows. That's what I did. Connected the lows. Okay. So as long as we respect this trend line, if you notice, this is pretty similar to what's happening on the daily chart in the S&P, right? Just like we were pointing out, right? It doesn't look exactly the same, but it looks similar in the sense that we are channeling up. So let's keep the daily chart open. Okay. And notice you've got, we can, you know, mess with the chart to make it look a lot closer, but just notice that the price action is the same. You have a channel up. You have buying and selling, but you're going higher. Okay. So channel. Bitcoin, S&P 500 futures. Bitcoin, S&P 500 futures. Okay, this is what we mean when we say that the same patterns exist on all time frames. Shout out to Germany. Gotta love the international. Anthony's talking about a firm. I mean, I can't tell you how to trade that. I gotta know your strategy. It's based on your strategy and what your strategy says to trade. There's a million ways to trade. By the way, guys, if you want to know my setups, I've got the document ready for you guys. So let me put it in the chat. There's some way to put it in the chat. Yeah, there's a way to put it in the chat. Okay. Okay. Trades by brand. Okay, guys, if you want to know my 3 best setups, okay, these are my 3 best setups. I got the guide. I'm giving it to you guys for free. I've got a video that walks you through exactly what I look for, how I use my stop loss, and how I set my profit targets. You want to get it? You go to tradesbybrand.com/3 setups. Okay, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. And that I want to do as a favor for you guys, to give value to you, to show you I appreciate you participating and helping me grow this channel. Okay, so there you go. Check those out, fill in your email, and I will send you my favorite setups. That's how that goes. Trades by brand. Three setups. That looks very weird on the screen, but you guys get the point. TradesBarbrain.com/3setups. All right. You're welcome, Claudio. I put a lot of time into that. My 3 best setups. Okay, so after, as I was saying, getting used to today. This is today. The dotted line is today. Okay, the bar counter is showing you this is 1. Okay, this is the first 5-minute candle of the day. So when we have a lot of up, this was a lot of up yesterday. Okay, a lot of buying. Big trend day yesterday. For the first 2 hours, 80% of the time, the first 2 hours after a big trend day, the market either goes sideways or down if it's a big bull trend day. So we can just expect basically that the market is kind of recovering from all the action yesterday. And we can expect like not a lot to happen in the first couple hours. So that's one reason why I'm not in a rush to take any trades today. Really quick, right? I'm being real patient and kind of, you know, seeing how it goes. Watching how the price reacts to these areas, right? The bulls are definitely, or the bears are definitely getting some momentum. If we look at the ETH chart, look, okay, that's a wedge, right? And now we're forming a channel, right? A lot of sideways and now moving down. Okay. So bears gaining some steam, but let's see what they can do. The thing you want to be, the attitude you want to have is like, bears, show me what you can do. After the bulls made so much buying happen yesterday, the question is, bears, how much conviction do you have? Are you going to retrace and erase all of the action that the bulls pulled off? Because the bulls, I think of this, guys, think of this like a scoreboard. Okay, look how many points the bulls got on the board. Every closed candle that closes white, that's a point for the bulls. And the bigger the candle, the more points. Okay, so for example, the bears got a bunch of points on the board, but then look, the bulls basically erased everything that the bears did there. Okay, so that's how you can think of it, because that's going to help you evaluate the probabilities. That's what we're trading. This is the difference between gambling like some sort of reckless child, right? I mean, we were saying this a couple of days ago. You know, some people treat the markets like, beginners treat the markets like a horny teenager. You don't want to treat the market like a horny teenager. That is not what you want to do. You want to have a deep and profound respect for what's happening here. Okay, there are billions of dollars changing hands second by second, hundreds of millions of dollars, in some cases billions, and it's crazy. So you want to have a respect for that, which means being thoughtful, being patient, being strategic, and trading your strategy. Okay, so I put together these rules so that I know exactly the patterns I'm looking for. And I share my 3 best setups with you. And I include the pattern, okay, the pattern I look for, how I set my stop loss, exactly, and how I set my profit target. And then you just execute the program. Okay, so this would be setup 3 in my document. Starting to get some ideas here. So here's our trading range. Now, technically this is our trading range, okay? But the bulls were able to to hold the bears here. So this is a possible long down here. And for me to take this, we would need to move 1 tick below. Okay, so it would look like that. I don't know if I see that happening, Because look at 18. They're buyers down here. That's what the tail on the bottom of that candle shows you. So we're gonna hold this here as a possible trading range. At the moment, this is the trading range. And what else are we gonna do? Man, there's gotta be a way to change the font. Center. We're waiting and we're watching. A lot of trading is waiting. You guys know that, right? I wonder why it's not. Life is good. Feeling good. I wonder if I can put possible longs down here, but there's just this momentum to the downside, so that's a possible long. There's a possible long. Am I going to take it? No. Because Brendy's being real picky this morning. But bar 18, the market usually reverses. So look at any day on the S&P 500 futures, market often reverses at bar 18. This is on the 5-minute chart. So that means 755. Okay. So 2 reasons to take this trade. 1, you're at the bottom of the range. Okay. Yellow box is the range, right? Why? Because look, it went down, it went up, it went down. That's how trading range works. So that's one reason to take the buy, because we're in the bottom portion of that trading range. In a trading range, you want to buy near the bottom, sell near the top. Okay. Another reason to take the trade is because we usually reverse around bar 18, or the market usually tries to reverse around bar 18. That's commonplace. So if I were to take this trade, I'll show you what I would do. I go for maybe 3 points. Okay. You know, maybe you go for R1, right? Betting on a breakout, coming up to test these highs, something like that. Okay. So there's a decent trade. This is trading range price action. This is how this works. I'm always pointing out the exponential moving average to you guys. This is the exponential moving average. It's the average price. In a trading range, the market goes a little bit above the average and then a little bit below, and then pulls back. and it's like a magnet that keeps sucking the price back in. Okay, so that's what you can expect from a trading range. And that just means the probability is about even. So you can wait until the probability shifts to a little bit better than 50-50, and that's near the edges, right? Shout out to my man Val. Shout out to Ukaipa, California, baby, represent. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you being here. Anthony, life is amazing. And yes, that was a great dude. So if I was taking this trade, I would probably put my profit target right here. Okay. And I'd be willing to bring it down a little bit as well. Right. Okay, but there you go. Okay. Don't say I never did anything for you. Don't say I never did anything for you. Oh my God. How cool is that, right? Click a button, make some money. Come on. Come on. I saw some YouTuber yesterday trading 50 contracts. Absolutely ridiculous. But imagine if you were trading 50 contracts here. And let's say we were trading the ES. Okay, so that's $50 a point at 50 contracts. Let's say that's 4 points, right? Let's say you take profits there, right? 4 point trade. 50 contracts. There'd be 10 grand, I think. Yeah, Val, six contracts is even 6 contracts is even a lot. Yeah, okay, so thanks, Anthony. 10K per tick. Yeah, so people see someone on YouTube trading 50 ES contracts. I guess they were NQ contracts. Okay, yeah, so that he was trading the NQ. But people people see a YouTuber trading 50 contracts and they go, "Oh my God, man, that guy must be so rich." He's not trading his own account. He's trading a prop firm account. So he's not risking his own money. He could blow that account easily. There's really basically no risk to this guy. And I think that's the thing people don't understand about day trading on YouTube these days. The prop firms have basically taken over. So what you're seeing is someone that has an unfair advantage and is taking way less risk than you would think. If you're putting 50 contracts on, maybe you're risking a couple $100 for that prop firm evaluation. I don't condone that, by the way. I think you guys can probably tell. I'm not a fan of reckless behavior. I think he gives trading a bad name. So I don't appreciate seeing people do shit like that because it gives, especially beginners, the wrong idea about what we do. There's a big difference between some YouTube influencer trying to sell people on shit versus professional traders, executing a strategy that's well considered, well researched. If you're just joining the stream, let us know where you're streaming in from, your name and your city. And if you're curious about my strategy, I finally have a document put together for you guys. So feel free to go to this link, fill out your email, and I will send you a guide to my 3 favorite setups where I include the 3 patterns I look for, how I manage risk and set my stop loss, and how I set profit targets. That's right there at that link, all for free for you guys. Just to say thank you for subscribing to the channel. We made it to 10K subscribers, guys. 10K, baby, we did it. So I really thank you guys. I really appreciate you. All right, so if I was in this long here, I'm taking profits right here, okay? No problem taking profits there. But alternatively, you could let it ride. Do I think that's a smart idea? No, I don't. It looks like we'll get more up, doesn't it? 2 consecutive bull bars, second one closing on its high. But look at how this guy's famous. Far from it. Far from it. One, two, 3 consecutive bull bars now. Okay, so alternatively, you could trail your stop, right? You can just draw a trend line at the bottom, okay, and say every time we move up, I'm just gonna tighten that stop, right? Now you're risking 2 points. So instead of taking 4 or 5 points on that trade, you go, maybe we'll get 6, maybe we'll come up to test the high of the day, which would be right here, okay? Maybe we'll get 9, maybe the bull trend will just continue, okay? But I would not do that, and I'll tell you why. This is a trading range environment right here, okay? So until we actually break out, I'm assuming we're in a trading range environment. And that's a really good way to trade. You trade what you see and you trade the pattern you see until the chart shows you the pattern's changing. Trade the pattern until the chart shows you the pattern's changing. So the pattern that we're seeing right now, this is trading range. That's why I got this box drawn. Which means as long as we're inside this yellow box, I'm assuming a lot of reversals and I'm assuming disappointment. So that's a good expectation because that's what the chart is showing you can expect. Now, maybe this will be like this. Okay. And we'll get a nice move up like that. But I'm not going to bet on just basically hope is not a strategy is what is the point I'm trying to get across. Hope is not a strategy. So if we're in a trading range, I'm scalping. That means small profit targets. Another way of seeing this is a higher low double bottom. It depends, Val, it depends. Okay, it's not black or white. So we got it. We need more details. The answer to your question is, how do we break out of the yellow box? How? Okay. So if it's a really strong break, like let's look at yesterday. I'll show you the trade I took yesterday. You see this? Do you see how the second candle is twice the size of the first candle and both candles are closing on their high? And if we look to the left, so here we had a similar situation, right? Like here's the yellow box in this case, right? We broke out and then we got sucked right back in and then we broke out again. Okay, so we need more details because let's say right now we actually break out of that yellow box and we get long here. And we get this move up, but then it retraces that move immediately. That's not what we want. So we have to collect some more details about, and that's really the hard part to teach. That's the hard part that's hard to kind of put hard and fast rules because the answer is it depends. Anyone learning hates that. So what should I do here? It depends. But that's the truth. I'm not going to lie to you guys and say, oh, my super magic setup works 100% of the time. Check out my 98% win rate. All those people are lying through their teeth. They're lying to you. Okay. You need the details. You got to collect the details. And look what I'm telling you. I said, if I was trading this, I would go for, maybe 5 points or adjust down to 4 points. Why? Because the ATR, look at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. The average bar size is 4 points. Okay. Average bar size is 4 points. So if I'm getting long here, I'm going for about 4 points and that would have worked. Okay. And we would have only actually been risking 2 points. So that's a good trade. You're welcome. But then look what happened. As soon as we got about a scalp's profit size, market reversed. That's how you got this bear bar right here. Okay. So that's showing you that we're still in a trading range or now forming a channel, right? So we can try moving this here and then maybe we do this, right? That's a possibility. Looks like there are buyers there, but we've got 340 left on the candle. So we may have a channel pattern just like on the daily chart. This is a daily chart. But the takeaway home point here is you do what the chart says until the chart says to do something different. Bottom line. Checking a 2-minute chart. So notice we've got some higher lows. Higher low. Why? Because we made a low here. And then this low rather is higher than this low. And assuming this candle closes, bullish, that would be another low. But we gotta wait and see. Notice we're hugging that EMA. Just hugging that EMA. If you're these candles, you just hug that EMA. Notice if you're these candles, you just grab that EMA, that blue line, and you're just like, baby, I can't let you go. Bull's getting that move up. So far, best trade of the day was the one I called, the long I called out to you guys. Of course, hindsight's 2020. Yeah. Yeah, right. Hug your profits and protect your capital, just like the chart tends to hug the EMA. What I could expect here is a failure to break out and then a reversal down. That's what I would expect. I love being proven wrong. Love it. But look at the selling into the close of the candle. You want to get my best setups? Head to tradesbybrent.com/3setups. I'm hooking you guys up. Just a little gift for helping us get to 10K subs. We're already at 10,400 today. That's awesome. Question from my man Val. No, I don't think so. I like the EMA, but I don't think there's a big difference between the two. I'm also not the guy to ask that. All I know is the EMA works great. And I know that the E part, the exponential, means that it's adjusting to the latest candles. And it weights the most recent candles more heavily. That's what I know EMA means. And for that reason, I like it. And I use a 20 period EMA, just for clarity, if you're curious. 20 EMA for current time frame. That's how you can see this, right? After a big day with a lot of action, it's usually quiet. It's usually what happens. Okay, so we've got a triangle. Trading ranges are triangles. So let's draw the triangle. Okay, bull's trying to break out of this triangle. Notice, just connecting the highs, guys. Connecting the highs. And let's make this line green. Price struggling to break out. But let's see. Maybe we'll get it. So technically the trading range goes right up to here. And I'm saying if I'm the bulls, I'm saying, show me. My man LeBron. LeBron, where are you streaming in from? Thank you for being here, and I welcome you. If you're new here, 3 rules for the chat. Number 1, introduce yourself and your city upon entering. Number 2, good vibes only. Number 3, don't just talk to me, talk to each other. We're building a community here, and that's important to me. So, let me know where you're streaming in from, and we'll get your comment here. I just went through 9 of your videos, and you give a great understanding for picking. Works for the individual trader, which I'm learning by following your page. Awesome. I'm happy to hear that, LeBron. I like your name, by the way. This is a great basketball player. Shout out to Illinois. What's up? Love it, dude. Yeah, it's all about finding what works for you. LeBron, I invite you to check out my free gift, which I'm giving away to everyone as a thank you for helping us get to 10,000 subscribers. So if you want to check out my 3 favorite setups, go to tradesbybrent.com/3setups and you can get this for free. I put a lot of time and energy into creating this document, and also a 13-minute video breakdown explaining exactly what setups I look for, examples, and then how I set my risk profile and my profit targets. There's the free gift for you guys. Okay, so exactly what I was saying I was expecting, this is what I'm expecting. Right. Now, we may get that move up, right? But I'm expecting failure here and then a reversal back down. So I would love to be proven wrong. But markets have inertia. Inertia is another way of saying momentum. It's basically what allows us LeBron, you're welcome, my brother. Inertia is what allows us to do what we do, right? Because the charts form patterns, and the patterns are based on, you know, what we've seen before. Data, right? So if you're a bull and you were wanting to move up here, would you be excited when you saw 23 and this triple top here? No. Okay. So you could short this, but right here at the EMA, not the best location. But let's say you wanted to short. Let's say you were just like we were saying earlier, beginners treat beginners treat the chart like a horny teenager. So let's say you were trading the chart like a horny teenager and you just had to take a trade right here. Okay. You would short that. How would you do it? I'd look at the ATR in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Notice the number next to the TV. It's hard to see, I know, but there it is. Okay. That shows you the average candle size, 343. So I'm setting my profit target to 3 because I'm rounding down, and I'm putting my stop either here, okay, or here. Well, here is better. Okay. So that's about 1 to 1, right? 3.5 to 3 risk to reward. So there would be your horny teenager trade. You can find a reason to take a trade on every bar if you wanted to, right? It's just not a good idea. And why is this a bad location? Because we're right at the EMA. If you notice, in a trading range, which is exactly what we're in, okay, let's just look at it from here, okay? Notice we got a little below the EMA and we got sucked right back to the EMA. Then we got a little bit above the EMA and we got sucked right back down to the EMA. Then we got a little bit below the EMA and then we got sucked right back in. Then a little bit above and sucked right back in. So it's like there's this magnetic force that keeps pulling the price back towards the EMA. So this would be the opposite of how you'd want to structure a trade, right? But our horny teenager trade doesn't care about optimal. Our horny teenager trade is like, I just want to take a trade and I want to take a trade with anything that looks even half decent, right? Because that's how the horny teenager is. He's like, anything goes, right? I gotta get some action. I just gotta get some action. Right? So a better way to do that is to go from the outside in, because that's how the price is moving, right? So that's a better way to trade a trading range. So that's how I like to trade a trading range, is I like to either buy near the edge, right? Buy near the bottom or sell near the top. Okay. But even our horny teenager just made money, right? So again, don't say daddy never did anything for you. Man, I'm 2 for 2 on calling these things out, man. Even horny teenager trade worked. And why did that work? Because there were hopeful bulls here expecting a move up. Okay. Because I'm not the only one that knows how to draw a line connecting the highs. Okay. I'm not the first person to figure out that if you take a line and you connect this high to this high, it puts you right here. Okay. It's not rocket science. And so there were bulls after all this buying that are bullish, which makes sense, obviously. So they were expecting a move up. And then what happened? They failed. They failed once, twice, 3 times. That's what the tails on the top of those candles means. Triple top. And then the bears got a bear bar closing near its low, giving the bears a reason to sell and getting a move down. See what happens now. Still staying in this structure, right? The character of the market is a trading range. Bears trying to get a breakout to the downside. This candle, probably 3 times the size of the prior candle. This guy's 3 points about. This guy's 6 points. Yeah. So this candle's about twice the size of this candle. Notice, every time we got down here, bought. Got down here, bulls bought. So let's see if we follow this pattern. Well, if we're moving into a support zone, that's a support zone. We want to see how the price reacts to this zone. Does it look like it's doing what it's been doing? Or does it look like it's doing something different? We'll know on this candle. How dope is this beat though? Just in case. Classic price action. Very typical. Market fails to break out above the triangle. Fails. Reverses down. Fails again. Right back in. So now we redraw the line. Right? Because now the triangle's where? Now the triangle's here. We're still in the triangle. And then we move this guy here, like that. So this is essentially these lines are essentially a more precise version of the yellow box, right? Two different ways of seeing what's happening. Another word for a trading range is contraction. The price contracts. It's like it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after a point, breakout. This would be a reasonable long, just like this was a reasonable long. Strong leg, we might get another leg down. Well, let's see. Again, if you want to get the my three best setups, hit that link, tradesbybrent.com/3setups, and I'll send you the guide. Okay, so we got some comments coming in. I'm a freshman in this space, and I like the SMCI, and it shows predictions clear to me. Should a stock like this be traded? Thoughts? I don't trade stocks, man. I trade all the stocks. I trade 500 stocks all at once. Why trade one stock when you could trade all 500 at the same time? That's the S&P 500 futures. Val, my man. Nice work, dude. I'm glad you found us too, my brother. Happy to have you. See you next time. Claudio, gold goes back to yesterday's high, and what we have observed is that the more volume of gold transactions, the S&P 500 moves down less and the price goes down. Yeah, so stocks and gold have a correlation. Most people know that. Stocks up, gold down, stocks up. It's usually how it works. Okay, so I'm 3 for 3 this morning, guys. That's the third trade I've called out that worked perfectly. Why? Because we're in a trading range. If you buy near the bottom and you sell near the top of a trading range, it works. It works. The only exceptions to that are if the price breaks out. Okay, so a successful breakout would be an exception, because then the structure changed from a trading range to a trend. So there's always exceptions. But look at how much this guy's moving, right? Moving slow this morning. So that tells us that we're probably still in a trading range. If the market's moving slow, not a lot of movement, probably a trading range. And notice the contraction. We had a wide range here, and then now it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. It's getting compressed. And eventually it gets so compressed, it breaks up. Let's have a look at gold. It's true gold futures. Let's go 1 hour chart. Right on, man. Yeah, check the guide. Things will make a lot more sense. Also, if you want to know my book recommendations, check my channel and you can see I've got a video on my channel called 5 book recommendations for traders. And those 5 books would highly recommend reading all of them. Life is good. Life is beautiful. Bear's trying to get the breakout to the downside. I had my order here, I think. Yeah. Rather have my order here. Like there. I'm gonna go ahead and execute this guy. Looking for a bounce here. So 4 points. Let's put our PT here. Interesting. So you see, we move down into that lower portion and then it kind of gets sucked back up. Exactly what we want to see. Initially, my entry was here. Right. That would have been the trade. So now we can move the line here. PT goes here. It's 4. LeBron, my man. I appreciate you, dude. I won't let you down, my brother. I won't let you down, man. I can't believe we made it to 10K subscribers. It's really extraordinary. That's all in the last 30 days, guys. It's all in the last 30 days. It's absolutely insane. Turn on those post notifications like my man LeBron. Price struggling to break below this point here. Which means if we do break down here, we'll probably get a real quick stuck up. So it's a patience game. So much of trading is a patience game. Trading is a game of patience. I mean, if you're not a patient person, you will struggle in trading. And my man LeBron, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Dude, you're a part of the journey, man. So we're going to do it together. We're going to do it together. The goal is 100K, just for the record, which is 10x. I went from 50 subscribers to 10,000 subscribers in like a month. So I'm pretty sure we can get to 10K. I mean, we can get to 100K rather. But I will need you guys to support. Yeah, so this is a game of patience. If you watch these idiots on YouTube, right? They're making all these quick trades with big size, and you know, a lot of that is nonsense. That's like the highlight reel, right? That's like watching Sports Center. You get the highlights, man. You don't see that most of the time it's practice. Most of the time it's training. Most of the time it's not glamorous. It's just patiently doing what you know you need to do. If there's two, I'll say two, okay? I was gonna say if there's one quality that you need more than anything in trading, I'll say patience, but I would say it's two. Because it's not just patience. Because if all you know how to do is be patient, it's not gonna get it done. You need discipline. You need discipline. You need discipline. We all need some more discipline. Sorry guys, my chart is screwing up again. Give me a second. Okay, we're back. Patience and discipline. That's what this trading game is really about more than anything. How dope are these beats though? I mean, come on, y'all. Find me a trading channel with better beats. Not gonna happen. So reasonable long. Why? Because this is a support area. Remember, like I said, trading range or triangle, same thing. Buy down here, sell up here.
don't know what you done to me. Who you gonna love? Who you gonna leave? You don't know what you done to me. Who you made believe. Mark my words.
There we go. Better. Better. Some kind of bottom forming down here. You gotta have good beats, right, LeBron? What's life without good beats, right? Man, I put a lot of time into selecting these beats for you guys, so I'm glad to hear it's appreciated. How about this track, huh? It's a vibe, y'all. I'm order here. Then I'm a motor down here. I know, dude, this beat is so sick, isn't it? Such a vibe, man. I love how music can just create a feeling, man. You know, and I find with trading, you know, it's really easy to get restless, right? It's so easy to get restless. That you get restless, you get reckless. You get restless, you get reckless. There you go. You get restless, you get restless. You know what I'm saying? If you get restless, you get reckless. So that's why I like to make sure to have good beats, right? For you guys and for me.
BeatStars.com.
Reasonable long, but look at what's happened every time we've touched the MA prior. I mean, now we have 3 touches down. That's a wedge. So decent. Decent.
BeatStars.com.
Probably good enough for a scalp. Minimum. Live from Iran. How cool, man. I love the international. Poria, welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So I like this because we found a bottom here, right? Found a bottom here, found a bottom here, found a bottom here, right? And Poria, since you're new, let me share the 3 rules of the chat with you. Announce yourself and your city upon entering. Introduce yourself and your city, right? That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, good vibes only, right? We want to place a pure positive energy. That's what we're going for here. And number 3, talk to each other, encourage each other. Don't just talk to me, talk to each other. We're building a community here. That's why. And I appreciate you joining, and I appreciate you respecting the rules. We got to have some rules around here if we're going to have this thing work, right? Okay, so that was like a okay long, but not great. I think we're going to move up here. Now, if you notice in my document, okay, this guy, this guy, okay, let's get rid of that guy. This guy, okay, if you check out my 3 best setups, you'll see that I like to buy below the low, 1 tick below. But notice this line is going up, okay, which means we made a higher low and a higher low and a higher low, okay? The lows are getting higher. So that's why I didn't get filled on that trade. Could have bought below here, but missed that. So I was trying to buy below here. I actually did have an order below this candle, and I moved it down here, right? So would have been better just to leave that. But either way, we're good. No harm, no foul there. And so yes, this is like, you know, decent because you're getting bull bar closing on a tie, but we're right in the middle of this triangle. The worst place to buy is right in here. That'd be the worst place to buy, or it'd be the worst place to enter. Let's put it that way. This is not where you want to enter. As I've been saying all morning, you want to enter at this extremes. You want to enter at the edges. The edge, the probabilistic edge, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a trade that has a chance of succeeding more than failing. That's what I mean by edge, right? It's tipped in your favor. In order for that, we need something at the edges. Okay, so the edge is found at in a trading range. That's what this is. The edge is found in the edges. Down here or up here. Now, another possibility is that we could break out of the triangle and get a move up. Yeah, Claudia, we'll see. We'll see. If we look at the daily chart, this is the daily chart. Last time we got a big move up, right? This was a 91 point move up, right? Big bull day, like yesterday. We got a small day, a little small sideways day, right? So probably expect something similar today. It's usually what happens after a big move up. You get a little bit of sideways. But who knows? Now we want to extend this line. Notice the selling right here. Which means that we have a possible short there. ATR now is 2.7. Okay. Which means our profit target's got to match. Bear selling right at that trend line. Decent trade right there. Why is that a decent trade? Because we're entering near the high, near prior highs, and then our profit target is right in the middle, which is where we want to be exiting, not entering, right? So it's not a surprise when you do what works. It's just not a surprise. Man, shout out to Iran, huh? How cool is that? Yeah, it's just not a surprise when you do what works. That's really what I'm hoping to open your guys' eyes to, right? Find a process that works and run it. Find a process that works and run it. It takes practice. Claudio, it's Bren. B-R-E-N, Bren. No problem. All good. Triple bottom, right? Bottom here, bottom here, bottom here. Each bottom getting higher. Higher low, double bottom, triple bottom. That's what we call that, triple bottom, okay? Notice we got the same thing here. So we're still in this trading range pattern, which is a triangle. Those are the two lines. Quiet day in the markets, and we're totally at peace. Perfectly at peace. Just like my man here. Okay, this is my role model. We're trading. This guy and this guy. This is what's needed most days, many days in trading. Be like this guy. Be like Rafiki. Okay, so Brandy called this a short. He said his profit target would be at 4 points. Let's see if Brandy gets 3 points. Let's see if Brandy. Let's see if. Not quite. Okay, guys, I've been on for 2 hours. That's my time. Get the 3 best day trading setups. If you want to know my favorite 3 that work the best for me, that I love, check out the guide tradesbybrand.com/3setups. I will put the link in the description of this video, and I've got a free guide there with a really in-depth explanation of exactly the patterns I look for, exactly how I set my stop loss and manage my risk, and exactly how I set my profit targets. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, we made it to 10,000 subscribers. It's absolutely nuts. I appreciate you so much. It's you that I have to thank. So thank you. Thank you for allowing me to do this. I absolutely love it. I consider this a privilege, and you're making it possible for me. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I hope you come back. 7 a.m. Pacific is when I'm usually here. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day.